Hail, friend, and welcome back. This is Might and Magic 6, and with me is Wilbot Jones, and...
Excellent.
Yes, excellent. This entire game is excellent. Just like Might and Magic 2 was solid! That's kind of the nice thing about the later Might and Magics in the series. They weren't solid, or they weren't ghost, you know what I mean? You remember how like everything was ghost the instant that you read it? Inside of Might and Magic 5, the minute that you walked up to the head, you could see the head for a long ways before you walked up to it.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, because that was kind of something that they had to do still. Because you have to understand, whenever you're drawing something like that, you know, it takes work in order to be able to draw it from all visible angles at all visible steps. So it was kind of something they did to cut down the time that they had to spend making the game. Only problem is it was an obvious corner cutting method and it showed. Also, ouch.
Ouch.
Yes, ouch.
Oh boy.
Whoa. Hey, you remember how that eye fell through the floor earlier? Yeah, there was an eye that I talked about that we killed and it fell through the floor.
The eyes.
Yeah, there was one eye that we killed a long while back, and I was like, hey, this eye fell through the floor.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Well, I found it.
They were still on your map.
What?
You could still see them on your map, as yellow dots.
Yeah, but this one, well, the thing is, this one fell through the floor, and I didn't realize there was a subfloor beneath it. So it still showed up as a yellow dot, but I thought it disappeared throughout the entire world. Like, you know, it just fell off the face of the earth. Because, I think...
Wow.
But I found it. Yay. But honestly, I think that, the reason why I thought it did that was because I'm used the, I think what this game uses is an engine called the X-Gen engine. And it was pretty much the first kind of actual 3D creation kinds of development software they actually used for 3D games and whatnot. Which is the reason why you'll notice a lot of graphical inconsistencies, like if you fly up too far high in the sky, then the ocean will eventually turn to ground. And likewise, if you walk up a hillside, a steep hillside, and you stop walking, your characters will just like catapult themselves upwards. That was always a trademark problem of the X-Gen engine. And like I said, whenever we get out to Daggerfall, I'm so showing you that because it's just funny to watch because your character gets like catapulted like 600 feet in the air.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's even worse if you don't have levitate. Your character falls down and die. It's like oops.
Well, I learned one lesson in Morrowind. First spell to get is a levitate spell. Because I tend to fall through the floor.
What's that?
You have to get the levitation spell in Morrowind.
Yeah.
Because I tend to fall through the floor.
Strange. I've never noticed myself falling through the floor beforehand in Morrowind.
Try jumping and quickly at the same time.
Well, what happens whenever you teleport through the floor like that?
Huh?
What happens whenever you teleport through the floor like that?
Well, you're beneath the floor.
What?
You're beneath the floor.
Well, yeah, but does it just like... Does it hurt you anyway? Because, you see inside of Daggerfall that was a problem too. Your characters could walk through the wall in some instances, and it would just cause them to start to fall, and they'd just plummet. And you could use a kind of like a little bit of a plug-in that they had, where it would allow you to teleport back to where you were. But the problem is, whenever you use that plug-in, unless you had levitate going on, it would still count you as falling, and you would take like 500 feet worth of falling damage, and no one could survive that. So I was wondering if that was like the same thing that happened again. And we're
Now
going
you just
insane.
fall through the floor and can levitate yourself up.
You'll have to
Right.
you'll have to show me whenever we get there, because it's kind of hard to visualize.
Yeah.
Also, I am dying yet again. No, don't die. Oh, goodness. I really should have cast Lloyd's Beacon before coming down here. The problem is...
Your return place was crowded, or what?
Oh, yeah, it's just... It's just in... Like I said, it's still that... Remember I was telling you earlier about that pit full of liches? Well, I'm down the bottom now, and it's just pretty much like I said it was. You know, it's just impossible to cut your way through. Well, almost impossible. Oh! That's a boss! Huh. It's,
Who is it?
It's a Lich King.
Oh.
And I'm looking at him right now, he has 600 HP. Yeah, everything else is just either a Greater Lich or a Power Lich. This one's a Lich King. That's pretty awesome. And it also means I'm going to be pretty dead here in a second if I don't get out of here.
One RPG, one.
I will. I just kind of want to kill one more of these things. Cast Lloyd's Beacon. Get us out of here. There we go. What I should just do is I should just drop a Lloyd's Beacon inside the castle, because it would make the travel back a lot faster. Because people are having to put up with a lot of that walking. And that's not good. I don't like to torture my viewers too much. Hey. Wow, that's kind of amazing, though. This is like the 304th video of this game. I had no idea that this game would be that long. I mean, I remember it being long, but... I mean, all the other games we've had so far up until then was like it was like just 200 videos, and that's about it.
Yeah, let's see, you have 834 videos posted right now,
Nice.
and 277 of that is MM6.
It's gonna probably be up to about 400, because it's taking about, what, about 10, 20 videos for each individual crystal that we get. And I'm only on, and once we get this crystal, it's only gonna be halfway done with the crystal quests. So... It's an epic game! It's an epic game.
Yeah, it's epic.
Epics. Epics everywhere. With traps everywhere, too.
14 pages of MM6.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Whenever this game first came out, and it originally cost like $50, you got every penny's worth of gameplay lengthwise out of this. But I'm not sure if it actually stays its welcome the entire time.
I think it gets repetitive.
Well, I think once we finally get rid of this quest, it'll be a lot easier, because it's just, you know, you shouldn't have to deal with slugfests like this, I think. I mean, there is a welcome kind and there's an unwelcome kind, like you saw with me with the harpies and whatnot. I didn't like them because they kept on mass cursing everybody, and it just was like, it was annoying, because it's like, you know, why not just go ahead and take the controller out of my hand for like another 30 minutes, because that's pretty much what happens. It just makes the fight longer. You know?
Yeah.
Hey. Okay, Lloyd's Beacon. I can cast it now. Let's cast it. You know what? I'm not going back to eel-infested water, so I'm bookmarking it over that instead. And ba-doink! Down we go. Darn you, I say. You know, we're probably not even going to see the Lich King up close and personal, because he keeps on he keeps on dispelling torchlight, and without torchlight, I can't really show, the monsters that I'm fighting very well off to the YouTubers that are watching. And it kind of defeats the purpose of recording it if nobody can watch it. But, oh well. We must stay the course.
That sounds kind of wrong.
Well, they can